The 20th ranked Florida Gators continue at home tonight, off to a 2-0 start, and will host the SWAC favorites in Grambling State. Should be a good one tonight from Exact Tech Arena. With that, we welcome you courtside. That's Mark Wise. I'm Kyle Crooks. So glad that you can join us. All right, this is an interesting game. Florida Grambling State against a Grambling State team that took Ole Miss to the brink. It is Eason against Chinyelu on the tip, and it's won by the Gators. Off we go. Florida in white and Grambling in black. Gators 2-0 beginning to the year. Grambling 1-1. Gators, they've had their struggles from deep. And that's a palming violation, Elijah Martin. How many times will you see a palming violation this year? Pretty clear.
You have really got to get your hand underneath the ball for that to be called.
Martin's had a great start to his Gator tenure. Some struggles from distance, as has been the case for the Gators through 2 games. Starting 5 for Grambling, we mentioned Contavious Dozier. Also, Antoine Burnett was a big-time football recruit. As we'll say,
Martin struggling from beyond the arc, now 3 for 13 in the early season.
Here's Dozier, preseason SWAC Player of the Year. Undersized, but finds his way to the rack.
He's going to give you a lot of moves.
Just a pure scores, averaged 15 through the first 2, including 15 against the Rebels the other night. Clayton a 3. Reset Martin. That's a good look. Bottom.
Yeah, he's in some ways, I think, Kyle, he's still trying to find his way as a scoring point guard.
Ernest Ross blocked by Chinyelu. Martin, corner pop. A tray. Transfer from NC State. Grambling goes 1 and done. Martin passes it up. Chinyelu tips it back in.
Do you think Martin's going to want an assist on that?
There are segments where he's played really well through the first 2 games. Just a sophomore from Washington State. Here's Dozier now, late in the clock. Long 2 is true.
Yeah, I think off that ball screen.
It was Dozier's first block of the year.
A lot of 5 out.
Now it's Burnett, former big-time football recruit, snaps the net.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Antoine Burnett. You really don't care which big plays the high and which big plays the low.
We saw in the Jacksonville game, the Gators get the Dolphins in early foul trouble with their posts, and a lot of those post-to-post looks. Look at that, a little surprise. Gators 4 of their first 8. Off the curl, Stevenson gives it up, the swap by Condon. It was Ross going up the ladder. Gators want to run. See if the Gators can get Will Richard going from the arc.
Mismatch.
Size advantage for Condon. He got hit. We'll see who they get with this. Could be Ross.
Good team defense means anticipating. Watch 21 in white. Recover. That's Condon. That's rim protection.
7 of 12 against Jacksonville. Says take that. There you go, Mark.
You just need the opponent picks up early foul.
Denzel Aberdeen, that team-first mentality, electing not to transfer, stick it out here in Gainesville. Al rumbles down the lane. Alexis, the stick back.
I'm really not sure that was a shot. It was almost like a bank pass.
So do you count it? Give the assist,
Yes.
Says Mark Wise. Gators on a 6-0 run. Back-to-back SEC matchups for the Tigers. It's flipping to quiet the crowd.
Yeah, he's got a lot of offensive skills.
Aberdeen undeterred! Wow!
Nobody stops the dribbler. Aberdeen says, why not?
He can jump out of the gym. Most athletic on this Gator group. Back to flipping again. 2 feet in the paint. Back-to-back buckets for big number 3. Gators set on the half court with Aberdeen. Now can stretch it and hit it.
He has got
Interception by Richard. Doesn't have numbers. Will take it all the way. Dances off. Martin saves it back to Richard. And one. Transfer. 5th most points as a Gator transfer.
5 or less. Going left.
Dozier. That's a scouting report, right, Mark? Left, left, left for Dozier. Sometimes you still can't stop him. Condon, great position on the block.
He took advantage of Ross playing a little too soft with the 2 fouls.
They almost olayed him with those 2 fouls.
Watch
and a
out.
takeaway. Condon, big time contact, and Ross had no other choice but to try and make. You could just sense the frustration as Condon.
Capabilities, 6'9", had played so well in the first 2 games.
Dozier off the ball. Clayton gets the assignment. Your side of your screen. Stevenson wiggles through. Oh, that was tough. And one. Like the area, that's where Dante Jackson is from. One of the top assist makers in JUCO in his year there. Won a JUCO national championship. Michael Stevenson trying to get his bench fired up right now. Condon. Controlled drive. That was pretty.
I just love it when guards play off 2 feet. Smart play by Martin. He did not get rushed by the defender.
I'm glad you said that phrase because Kevin Hubney says that a lot. Playing off of 2 feet. Dozier. Bullseye.
He cannot relax. He's got deep range, confident shooter.
Scores to keep Grambling in the game. Guys like Dozier and Burnett. Meanwhile, Martin already in double figures for the Gators now. Out, big steps to the cup. A late whistle comes. A lot of the talk, Mark, is around high majors in college basketball.
Hero. Who in your background is responsible for you being seeds should play each other in the first 4 in Dayton?
Better chance of getting that
Better
history.
chance of winning.
Win, right?
I know everybody wants to talk about the tough night that they had against Purdue and Zach East.
Yeah, you guys are in agreement for sure. Gators in the 1-1. Tigers this year was a veteran group that had stuck around for a while last year, and they cashed in on slowing it down.
You see that pass? That pass disrupts the offense. Now you're being forced out further on the floor.
Back-to-back step-back shots late in the clock. Burnett swishes this one. Having to start the year from deep. Gators led by as many as 13. Out, post to post. Doesn't roll in for Alexis.
Again, the ball.
Here's Sam Alexis, first year as a Gator. Coming back now, just 51% in his career. How about it? Dozier chasing Richard around off the screen. An extra ball movement. Clayton. You bet. Timeout. Hutchinson is on, number 24 in black. Not played this season until tonight. Active hands from Dozier. A leak out. Clayton looking for that swat. Dozier wins the foot race, plus the Clayton harm. Clayton entered the night. 10 assists to just 3 true.
Make it hard for the defense to find you.
Richard off balance. Dozier couldn't rip it away from Alexis. Richard, skies up and under this time, gets the roll on the lay-in for Burnett. 3-on-2. Stevenson hop steps through, gives it up late in the corner. Hutchinson.
Florida has now had 2 deflected passes against the zone.
Condon's been feeling it from range, but instead.
Sometimes I
bench most of this first. Condon splits a pair.
in the game because Martin is on Dozier. Watch as Dozier runs around. Watch Martin, 15 white. Watch him trying to keep up with the leading scorer.
Ono wasn't looking for it. Chinyelu goes coast to coast.
And here's the matchup.
Howe gets the assignment on Burnett. Switched on to Chinyelu. Falling away for Antoine Burnett.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of Burnett. He is so explosive.
Martin Aaron feeds, 7th Gator turnover.
No reason to turn the ball over in the first 7 seconds.
Stevenson takes the harm from Martin.
Oh, Florida got it.
Aberdeen, Howe, Condon, Martin, and Richard. Grambling in his zone.
Yeah, it's a 2-3, but the wings are way high. A little Syracuse flavor.
Richard. Money. On for some final seconds here in the first half. The freshman from Orlando.
Yeah, the ball's got to get to Dozier, doesn't it?
Shot clock's turned off. Stevenson turns the corner. Chinyelu deterred. Tip back from Flippin. With 2 to play. Richard runs into Dozier. They'll call it travel.
I think Dozier might have got away with one there.
You got Flippin at 6'10". And it's tipped by Aberdeen. Clock did not move. Now it hit zeros. And we finally go to the half. Gators lead.
Almost like Florida at times gets into this mode that they have to score in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah. Flippin had a couple of quick ones when he entered in the first half. Goes underneath. And a foul.
That's a nice job by Flippin. We talked about
Flippin 0 for 2 this year at the line. And did sign with IUPUI but never played there. Multiple junior college stops.
change of defense. A little 2-2-1.
Still only a 13-point game. A lot of time left. Condon breaks that pressure. Chinyelu goes up top.
What a luxury that is to have a guy like Condon who can beat the press.
Flippin has a quick answer as he flips one in.
He's a handful down there.
Big body, 6'10", 255, and quickly a foul on the other end on the plate.
That's his first miss on the year.
We didn't jinx him either.
No.
Back to that same spot on the floor for Flippin. Backdoor Ross. Two-handed stuff.
Yeah, if you allow them to take the ball where they want, let them run their stuff, they will make you pay.
Great piece of offense. A dime from big to big. Continue to settle in that zone. Martin, extra pass for Clayton. Patient drive. Chinyelu up and under.
Maybe one, same isolation.
Same spot again on the floor, different result. Well, point forward for Condon. Clayton, logo lands.
How about Condon with another assist? Nobody picked staff. Their team, I'm talking about Florida. Florida's team has been tested in terms of defensive patience, and they passed those tests tonight.
Very good defensively. Condon to Houck, and it's Flippin. Got his hand in there, not void of contact. Now the floor, best friends. Thomas Houck's family. And that helps that connection on the floor. That can't be 16 in that number. to attack. Contorts, can't score, but gets 2. When he was doing his research, looked through a lot of YouTube clips, saw the Florida Atlantic.
Just passed over the 1,500 mark for career points.
Milestone, number 15. Gators have scored the last 9. Stevenson, the leader. Aberdeen runs the show. Bounce for trailing. Howe changes hands. Stick back for Alexis No. Now Ross on a leak out. It is homecoming.
Again,
Got to be a feel-good moment for Ernest Ross. Played his high school hoops at Santa Fe. Part of a state runner-up team. Alachua, Florida. Alexis, quick first step. Pinned up against the glass, and Houck's right there.
but Alexis got away with a travel. The zone. It's the high wing 2-3 or the Syracuse zone. And after the first pass, back to man-to-man.
Condon says, why not? Alexis for 2.
This is where Florida has...
Gator team that was in the 90s in terms of their defensive rating last year. They knew they had to get better in that area. Flipping. He's been good.
He's got a quick release with that little turnaround half hook.
Coming off his first Division I double-figure game.
Combination defense by the Tigers.
Clayton turns the corner, that little hezzy move.
Explosive.
Yeah.
I think that describes him.
This plays so under control. Finds Richard.
Well, these are wide open looks that Richard is not making.
And a tremendous shot just to show how in control Walter Clayton Jr. is on the floor. This is a guy who's coming off one of the best scoring seasons in 20 years in Gator history.
And it'll be... It's too bad we haven't seen Ernest Ross tonight because he got into early foul trouble. But we have seen Dozier.
Yeah. And we get a whistle. Dozier went down hard between the Gators and Grambling State. Dozier only had 1 point.
Here's after the score. Now that's close because you've got to be allowed to turn and go up court. It's hard to say this, but in the game here last year, Dozier went 0 for 8.
Yeah. Burnett, strong. Grew up in Montgomery, Alabama. Played football in this. They trust his read of any situation, any moment. Aberdeen. Got it.
Now, why is that shot different than others? Because the shot clock, for once, had already...
The Gators get into SEC play. He's waited his turn. Stevenson, a whirling dervish. Chanyelu trails and scores.
Nice job by Houck to catch.
Touches as he had in this mid-post, just off the block. Showing those post moves all night.
There's no second chance opportunities for the Tigers all night long.
Martin and Howe tried to leap up. Good luck trying to climb.
It matters. And it may not show up in this game.
There.
It's just a poor outlet pass.
Richard takes it right back. He's all alone. A slam. Good for him. How can he become a much better perimeter defender?
Again?
There
2 in
he
a
is.
row.
Gives it up. Chanyelu. An exclamation point.
That Elijah Martin has had on his team from a defensive perspective.
Toughness for sure. Stevenson, Burnett puts it in, plus the foul. That dog, as they call him. You talk to anybody around this program. The guy who's played in the biggest moments and not just played, but excelled in those moments late in the NCAA tournament.
2 feet in the paint. That's too close.
Yeah. No chance for flipping.
Martin just cutting off. Dozier going left.
Stevenson bends in, gets the roll. Another chance at an and one. This time it's Stevenson. Late here. The Gators will come on Friday night. They blew out the Seminoles last year.
Great pass.
Dozier
Just a great pass.
Condon deep in his bag. Everything was on display there.
Wow.
Talked about a lot last year, the amount of sports Alex Condon played in Australia. As Dozier takes the contact.
This is so hard.
Could we have walk-on time at some point here?
Road Friday night at Ole Miss, and he has 15 tonight.
He's had 15 in all 3 games this year, on the dot.
I'm not a big fan of the handoff in backcourt.
Alexis backs in. Oh, that was way too easy. He's tacked on 5 rebounds tonight. 17 minutes. How hard Dozier's working to get his shot. Over Alexis. The Energizer Bunny, Intavious Dozier. Much different result for Dozier after last year. Alexis still searching for that first 3 with 2 to shoot. Step back. And a foul. Is this on Stevenson?
Just kind of shaking his head.
Commits there by Tor. Ready more than anybody to get conference play going the way you've been tested.
After this game, Grambling State
in his home state.
But Florida's defense has just not allowed Grambling State anything easy.
Wow.
It took him a long time to get there, but nice little finish with the left hand off the window.
Alexis' second time in double figures has a Gator. Dozier again draws that contact. And earlier, much more vocal this year. He entered from the JUCO rank. Dante Jackson said, look, he's an elite scorer. We got to let him be. And that's led to the hype in the preseason up until this year and what you've seen on film in this one. 19. Alexis just going to work.
Very comfortable with that.
The entire time, the way he celebrates. Rowdy's cheering for the walk-ons. Newton draws another foul. That's the Gators' 10th foul.
No, this is an important time. The night game that Grambling played at Ole Miss, did that help get Florida's attention for this game?
Yeah, no doubt. There's no way Grambling was sneaking up on anybody. That's kind of what Dante Jackson said, too, the preseason accolades this team has had.
Well, let's get a shot at it.
Pasmino. Walk-on rebound, Josephsburg. There's still a differential. Gators got to shoot. Mikic. Pasmino. Shot clock is turned off, thrown into the backcourt.
That's okay. That's a great possession.
Just that alone. 3 in the second. Gators will move to 3-0. First time since 21-22. Burnett and one for good measure on the night. That should cap off the night. Gators win this one, going away. Off to 3-0 for the Florida Gators, Mark.
And I think the thing that the coaching staff will be most pleased about, in their first two games, in the first game, the defense was suspect. In the second game, the rebounding was suspect. Tonight is the first night where they put both of those together.